Okay, another film where we don't go sailing, so feel free to turn off now if you're one of our regular viewers. It's not about sailing, but what we have done is buy that for Elizabeth. It's an RS Fever, 2-man boat with an asymmetric spinnaker, plastic one, because as in a lot of kids, the way a lot of people learn on our river, all the kids are taught to sail in oppies. And Elizabeth, although she loves the boat club and she loves sailing and everything about it, she doesn't really like sailing on her own. So as much as she's had great fun in Bumblebee, which I'm about to show you, it's time to move on. So we've bought a 2-man boat, which means Elizabeth's old boat is up for grabs, and by the time you watch this, hopefully I'll have got it on eBay, and it can be up for sale. It's a Jack Holt design, and I believe, and I might have got it completely wrong, he designed it for him to teach his grandchildren how to sail in. And in that respect, they are great little boats, although I bet you've never seen one before. It's a pram-like dinghy, like an Opti, but unlike an Opti, it's got tanks front and rear. So buoyancy tanks, makes it nice and straightforward. There is a bit more space in it, so if you're an adult size like Hannah and I, we can get in it and we sail it with her, so she's not on her own, although there's only the one bit of string. It's a really simple rig. I'll talk you through that in a minute. But there's a bit more space, so unlike an Oppie where you really can't get an adult in it, you can get an adult in that, or certainly you can get 2 or 3 kids in it quite comfortably. It's made of plywood, it's not plastic, so it's a bit more fragile than the plastic Opties that kids learn in, but I wouldn't suggest it's really any more fragile than a fiberglass Oppie, because you don't drag a fiberglass Oppie up the beach anymore, and you want to drag this wooden boat up the beach, so you've got to treat it a little bit of respect, but not that much. So it's not that that undurable. But the beauty of it is it's really lightweight. I can carry that on my own, and I'm not a big person. I can put it on the roof of the car on my own. So in that respect, it's really good. It's nice and simple kick-up rudder on a tiller. The rudder's held down by a piece of elastic, so even if they do run aground, it doesn't really damage anything. Daggerboard normal. The rig has got this peculiar sort of setup where it's a sprit rig like an Optimist has, but it has this extra jib-like sail at the front, as you can see. The red panel. Now it does 3 things. Firstly, it's kind of making the sail control easier because it balances where the boom's extended out the front and the sprit's extended out the back. By the time you hoisted the sail, that sets effectively the kicker tension, so you don't need a kicker. It doesn't have an out haul, it doesn't have a cunning, it doesn't have any sail controls. You just put it up and you sail it. Really nice and simple. The next thing it does is it's putting some of the effort from the sails in front of the mast. Obviously it's a sort of effectively acting as a sail on its own in front of the mast, so it moves it balances out the sail, so as some of the pressure in front of the mast, it takes the weight off of the main sheet at the back, so it's really simple to sheet in and out. There's not the same loads on it that you get in a dinghy, so it's nice and easy to sail in that respect. And then the third thing, of course, is it effectively acts like a jib, so it helps you going upwind. When kids are learning to sail, you've only got one sail, until the boom's flapping in the middle of the boat, you really don't know what's going on. That gives you some clue as to when you're too close to the wind, so it makes learning to sail that little bit easier. I mean, they're great little boats. I suspect if the Oppie wasn't as successful as it was, this could easily have become the kids' training boat. Our particular one was given to us by a kind gentleman at the boat club. It had a split seam in the floor, which I've just kind of epoxied over. It's not an immaculate boat by any stretch, but it's been great for us. We kind of repaired it, we painted it, Izzy sails it. You know, what more can I say? We stuck the stickers on it because Izzy liked to call it Bumble, as it's a Bumblebee. It seemed apt. Comes with that launching trolley, which is again a bit cobbled together and homemade, but kind of does the job. We don't have a road base, and we don't have a top cover for it, but we have just kept it stored upside down, leave it on its deck, and it's been fine. All winter, well, the autumn, winter, where it hasn't been used, and the spring actually, we haven't used it at all this year. It's sat in a barn where I work, so it's been kept under cover, so it's in, you know, reasonable condition. And we're going to stick it up on eBay for 50 quid, which is giving it away. So if you're in the southeast, or you don't mind driving to the southeast of England, and you're looking for a boat to teach children sailing, you could do a lot worse than that. It's got to be worth £200 or £300, but I don't. How do you put a value on an old boat like that? If there's only one person interested, then it's worth £50, isn't it? But if there's a few of you out there interested, I don't think you'd be unhappy. I mean, it's not a, you know, it's not going to win any records, but it's a nice, fun little boat. And if you're a kid and you want, you know, you want to get excited about sailing, what a great little thing to learn to sail in, eh?
Is it sinking even more?
We don't actually have that much film of Elizabeth sailing Bumble, but we did film the first time she went out in her, at a nice sunny, windless day. One of those great days for just messing around on the river.
It'll be newies. I think Elizabeth's going to be a crew rather than a helm. She likes to sit at the front and sunbathe.
Okay, everybody, you need to help her. Tell her
We've
what
also
to do.
filmed the last 2 years of Cadet Week at the Wilsonians Sailing Club, where she's been having fun sailing with her friends.
Swallow it. Move it across. Like a pro.
There's not much to see really, because like I say, there's a halyard to hoist the sail up, there's a main sheet to sheet the sail in, and that's it. Really simple, and it all works really well. So check in the link below, or maybe if I can put something on the screen I'll put a link to it, or just search eBay for Bumblebee dinghy, children's dinghy, or whatever I choose to put on it. Have a go. Anyway, I'm Ian. You've been watching Sailing with the Foxwell family. Thanks for watching. Next week, hopefully we'll go sailing. It's the first of the club's single-handed or short-handed race series, and I'm hoping I can do it. And I think Hannah Elizabeth will be with Grandad, so they can hopefully take some good shots from outside the boat. And if it's like today, kind of 10-12 mile an hour, sunny, warm and sunny, it's going to be a good sail. It won't be, will it? But you never know. Anyway, see you next week.